It's not just the screen folded and turned on its side. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold is just 2mm thicker than the Pixel 9. Unfolded, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is 5.1mm thick, which matches the iPad Pro 13 inches thickness and beats the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 by 0.5mm. It weighs just 257 grams, which is 27 grams less than the Pixel Fold. If there is one compromise with that lovely touch and hold frame, it's that you lose a little bit of battery, with the capacity reduced from the Pixel Fold's 4727 mAh to 4650 mAh. I won't know the impact of that loss until I have tested the Pixel 9 Pro Fold over an extended period. The buttons are all clean, brushed aluminum, and the power buttons also houses a fingerprint reader. The mobile phone now also supports unlocking with facial recognition. Face unlock was unavailable on the original Google Pixel Fold. Google announced the Pixel 9 Pro Fold alongside the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL on August 13. It's on pre-sale now and arrives on store shelves on September 4, 2024. It starts at $1,799 for a 256GB model with 16GB of RAM and is available in Obsidian and Porcelain. I prefer the Obsidian, which offers a deep, inky black that could only be described as sexy. Those prices make Google's new foldable cheaper than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, although not by much. A multi-purpose foldable phone will remain a considered purchase for some time to come. Clearly, Google got the message. It's not just specs that win the game, it's eye-popping, delightful design. The Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold has that in spades. If the original Fold had a slightly plasticky look and feel, the new model favors premium materials, flat surfaces, and understand design cues. The clear and sharp look is a winning combination of recycled aluminum, Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and that multi-alloy steel hinge. It's not just the look of it. I could tell from the moment I unfolded the Pixel 9 Pro Fold that Google had completely re-engineered the hinge system. Folded, the two halves of the phone sit flat against each other with barely a gap between them. I could open the phone at almost any angle, and when I opened the phone completely, it snapped satisfyingly flat. If you are familiar with foldables like the Galaxy Z Fold 6, you might say that's nice. But if you remember the Pixel Fold and its inability to lie flat, you know it's a big deal. As for durability, the phone has an IPX8 rating, which means it can handle being dropped into a few feet of water for 30 minutes. There's no mention of a dust or debris rating, so I would be extra careful if you plan to bring it to the beach. The flexible actual display unfolds as cleanly and surely as you'd hope. When the large 8-inch display is flat, it looks as it might have the best crease in the business. By that I mean it's very close to unnoticeable. Still, I'll need to see it side by side with the other best foldable phones to know if that initial impression holds up. 8 inches stands as the largest folding phone screen on the market, and Google has achieved this by putting the camera behind the screen and by switching back to an aspect ratio 20:9 that more closely matches competitors from Samsung and OnePlus. The original Fold had a 6:5 aspect ratio that didn't play nice with some major apps. The more squarish aspect ratio means that standard apps will look more normal and not be cut off on the main display. But that larger main screen size also pays a dividend with the cover display. At 6.3 inches, it's full flagship size, and for as much as I like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, which also has a 6.3-inch screen but one that is taller and narrower, having the extra cover display with makes using the screen more pleasurable to use, and I expect it will make it easier to type. It also makes the Fold 9 Pro look almost indistinguishable from regular smartphone. Looking at the screen front on, the only giveaway that this is a foldable is the squared off left side, which accommodates the hinge where the right side is curved. It's a bit of interesting asymmetry. I also noticed that the bezel around the Pixel Fold 9 Pro's cover screen is slightly thicker than the Pixel 9 but without making the screen size any smaller. In my brief hands-on session with the phone, I only spent a little time exploring each core feature, but I did hold on to and play with the device for over an hour, and I didn't want to put it down. If there is a downside to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold's new look, it's the new camera array. I have never loved the Google Pixel Fold's metallic camera band, but I like the new Pixel 9 Pro Fold brushed metal camera array boxless. The curved rectangle is too big and lacks the elegance of the rest of the device, although this is a minor niggle. Speaking of cameras, I used all 5 of them but not enough to draw any conclusions. Here's what you get with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. The main camera is 48 megapixel, ultra-wide camera is 10.5 megapixel, telephoto 10.5 megapixel, front camera is 10 megapixel and inner camera is also 10 megapixel. I know that's a lot of cameras. I do like that Google didn't skimp on the main screen camera. 10 megapixel is more than double the megapixels you will get with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6's main screen camera. As for why we have such odd telephoto and ultra-wide pixel counts, Google would only say that it made some allowances for fitting the cameras into what is admittedly a very thin system. Still, none of these numbers are huge upgrades over the previous camera array. The cover and main screen cameras got a small megapixel upgrade. The ultra-wide jumps from a 121-degree field of view to 127 degrees. I am also glad Google didn't downgrade from 5x optical zoom to 3x zoom. I briefly tried all these lenses and the photos look fine, but I'll have more to say when I conduct a full review. We did, by the way, get a chance to try one of the new photo editing tricks Google's touting for the entire Pixel line, Add Me. It let me take a photo of 2 fellow our team members and then add myself. All I had to do was walk into the frame after taking the initial photo and other guidance from someone taking the photo. Position myself appropriately, the final results makes it look as I was in the original shot. I think Pixel 9 Pro Fold owners are going to love this. I also saw a demonstration of a Fold specific camera features called Made You Look. The concept is simple. You display on the cover screen something distracting or entertaining for your subject to hook at while you try to take a picture of them. You choose this setting in the camera app and on the cover screen an animation appears of, for instance, smiling cartoon birds. Yes, the image makes you smile and that's the point. A child will look at it and laugh and you will get a great photo of them. Meanwhile, the main screen on the other side is still a big, unobstructed viewfinder. It's a small but clever and fun little photography feature. As with the most other core features, I don't have much to say about performance at this stage. Inside the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is Google's new Tensor G4 chip. Google claims the chip is capable of 45 TOPS or tokens per second, and that is 20% faster for web browsing and 17% faster on app launching. Benchmarks will help me see how it compares to Apple's A17 Pro chip in the iPhone 15 Pro and Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. I am pleased that Google has squeezed in 16 GB of RAM, especially because a chunk of that is apparently devoted to handling onboard AI tasks. One of those AI tasks will be powering Google Gemini and especially features like Gemini Live. This adds a conversational AI chatbot that can answer questions in a natural sounding voice and handles interruptions better than some people I know. In my chat, I asked Gemini about getting better sleep and how caffeine intake might impact my sleep. As it answered, I interrupted and I asked if I could drink Coke. It told me I could, but warned me that Coke has caffeine and drinking it might impact my sleep. As it droned on, I interrupted and I said I had to go. It paused and said, "Okay, goodbye." Pretty impressive. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold ships with Android 14 and a promised 7 years of OS security and pixel drop updates. That's quite a commitment, especially for a phone with moving parts. If your phone holds up, the updates will be there to support it. Battery life is rated for 25 hours, which would be considerably more than you could expect from the Pixel Fold. That's surprising considering the battery is slightly smaller, but Google is claiming that its Tensor G4 mobile CPU is more efficient. I'll know better once we run some tests. The phone ships with a USB-C cable, but you will need to supply your own adapter. The device also supports QI-based wireless charging. The dual SIM 5G phone supports Bluetooth 5.3 and notably up to Wi-Fi 7 for some future-proofing. The name of this phone might seem long and less than memorable, but I think it's accurate. This is a folding premium or pro phone. Instead of standing apart from all the Pixel 9 phones, the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold fits in well with the rest of the lineup. Overall, this is a redo done right job. The Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold looks like a regular smartphone when closed and opens into a mini tablet. The screens are sharp and bright and appear responsive. The cameras are decent if not groundbreaking, but as an overall dual-purpose package with a lot of baked-in AI, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold will, even at $1,799 probably appeal to a lot of would-be foldable phone buyers who should keep an eye out for trade-ins and other deals that will lower the price barrier to entry. I would not be surprised if it ends up near the top of our best foldables list.